What is up, everybody? It's the Inhuman one here, and today we are going to talk a little bit about the upcoming 2.0 class, which is of course the Huntress. Honestly, this is one of the most anticipated builds in my opinion that I was most excited about. The Huntress was of course one of the top alongside the Templar and I think maybe the Shadow, if that's a thing. I don't quite know if that's either an ascendancy or an actual class, but it sounds really neat. So as far as we know, the Huntress is 100% going to be available in 2.0, which launches on April 4th of this year. So just a few weeks out, April 4th on PC and consoles, 2.0 will be available and we'll be able to play as the Huntress, a brand new class. Now, I know that term class can sometimes be kind of controversial, but honestly, I do believe there are classes in PoE2, and although they don't define the weapon set or move set you can use, they do define your ascendancy. So only certain types of characters or classes can have certain ascendancies. There's no way for, say, for example, a Merc to be a Pathfinder, right? For example, so and vice versa, right? So a Ranger could never be a Witch Hunter, right? So, and long story short, there are indeed classes. They're just much more allow for much more versatility and diversity amongst like combinations, endless combinations of how you want to set it up. But ultimately, we are getting a new class, the Huntress, on April 4th. Super excited about it. We had a trailer as well. This is one of the screenshots we got. One thing that I'm really looking forward to is actually looking at some of the passives that are unique to the Huntress, which, interestingly enough, are located nearest the I would call it the I always call it the Witch Doctor, but it's actually the Pathfinder or the Ranger, right? So the Ranger is the base class, then you have the Pathfinder or Deadeye. So if we look at these two classes, we can actually see how much overlap there's going to be. So if we go to our passives, here we have the Ranger, of course, but right next to this, if we just mosey on down here, you see that there's spear damage and javelin type stuff, right? So as we know from the trailer, there's definitely going to be the ability to throw the spears like a javelin, which is going to be pretty awesome. There's definitely like spear slams. They had elemental abilities as well. Something that I saw was, of course, lightning. So there's going to have a lot of, probably elemental. I would imagine poison as well. And so we're going to take a look at just damage with spears. I've never really, examined it beyond just saying there's a spear there. This is just your standard attack speed, increased damage. Let's see. Interesting. So here, marks are probably going to be very important. Shayla, what's going on? How are you doing today? So marks, looks like we got some freeze, things of that nature. So marks are pretty important. You can use marks as the Ranger as well. And interestingly enough, there's a lot of charm as well. So maybe charms are going to be that much more effective. These are things that I typically use. So like if you scroll down here, you can use a lot of these to increase the ailments. Like, so for example, anytime you damage an enemy with a certain type of ailment, whether it be poison or bleed or whatever, you can do more damage against them. And that's actually something I had on this character. The Witch Doctor, as I call it. It's a Pathfinder that uses poison concoction. So these are going to be really good. So essentially it's probably going to be applying an ailment and then amplifying the damage you do to it. So really cool. Lots of charm stuff. Things that I've gone so far as to actually collect on a few other characters. So a lot of flasks, a lot of charms. Very, very interesting. Looks like we might even have a big lightning emphasis as well, which is really interesting. That is really interesting. Okay, yeah, so I mean, then you got your crit damage and all that, but I see a ton of accuracy things. We're really close to a lot of projectile nodes as well. And then we have a lot of lightning damage. So I imagine there's going to be tons and tons of that. So a lot of, again, more projectile. Frenzy charges might be more and more important. I imagine she would use frenzy charges, and then lots of elemental damage. So primarily lightning, which I'm not against. Lightning is very powerful right now, so that's going to be great. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. And I wonder if the spear is going to be considered a one-handed weapon. I'm actually quite curious about that. One-handed martial weapon. So it doesn't say, but I mean, we know that spears are indeed martial weapons, but we don't know if they are considered one-handed martial weapons. So interesting that it's just right there. But yeah, it looks like we're gonna have a lot of good fun. You can probably, if it's one-handed, you can probably use a shield, which is why I always thought the shield here was kind of awkward for a two-handed bow user, right? Because this is actually quite right in line with the ranger. But if you look down here, it's very possible that the spear is a one-handed weapon. And we look back in the the thumbnail, it's a one-handed thrust, so that's very interesting. So I think lightning is going to be the way to go. Attack speed for sure, and then maybe we have an offhand shield, or even like a focus or something, would be really nice. But anyways, that's a really interesting kind of setup, and something that I'm really looking forward to. In either case, that was kind of like our overview of the upcoming Huntress without having too much information aside from like a 10-second GIF. Or I guess it was a trailer technically, but yeah, not really. And then we do have the image that I showed earlier, which is right here. So, I mean, definitely one-handed-ish, right? I mean, she's holding it in one hand. There's a dude as well. Who knows? Who knows? But I imagine it'll be one-handed. And interestingly enough, we also know that if we go to our transactions or our cosmetics, if you go to weapon skins, we can see that we have the Tyranny's and Spear skin. This is if you have the Faradin's pack, so really cool. Shayla! I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. So here we have an idea. It is kind of a smaller spear. Not necessarily like Napuatzi's spear, which is like giant spear. So that's interesting. But yeah, very, very cool. I'm excited about that. So we do know that we're going to have the spear skin. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to rock right now, though. So as soon as we're able to, I will be, so April 4th, I'm going to be wearing this. I'll be wearing this, which I feel is definitely kind of geared towards like the Huntress type character, although it's for the Thaumaturge's pack, and she does have a dagger in her hand. I still think it would be nice to have a Huntress that looks something like this. And then we have the back piece as well. We can use the spear skin. This is the dagger that we saw. The dagger is probably going to be for the shadow character. Possibly have a dagger and claws or something to that effect. Who knows? But we know those are going to be weapons that we use. Daggers, claws, flails, maces, axes, and spears. We use maces already, so the others that I mentioned are the unique ones we can wear. But anyways, that's gonna be sick. Can't wait. This is what I'm gonna wear for the Huntress, so be ready. We're gonna take all this off though, because this is the witch, so she doesn't need all this stuff, because we're rocking this form right now. And what our goal is for today is we're going to be focusing primarily on routing towards a few special locations for a video that I'm doing. So I need to find Willow with a boss node on it. I also need to find like the, I'm not sure if it's Cenotes or like the, gosh, I can't remember. That might be it. It could be Cenote or Cenots. I don't know if it's Cenote or Cenotes. I'm not sure how that, I'm not familiar with that word. And then we also need the Sun Temple, and also the, I forget exactly what it's called, but it's like the Arctic kind of area. It's on mountains typically like this, Lofty Summit. So we need a Lofty Summit as well. So we need Lofty Summit. I'm gonna actually write these in. That way you guys can help me along. So we need Lofty Summit, Willow, and then what was the other one? Lofty Summit, Willow, Sun Temple. And I wouldn't mind doing another Forge, honestly, because when I did Forge, I wasn't quite happy with that. So if we can route to those, we're gonna be fantastic and we're gonna be in good shape. That's kind of the major goal for today. Somebody was reaching out to me about some, they're just spamming. Okay. I was like, do you want to make a sale? Okay, Headland, we've been there. So I'm just looking to see like what is available. Okay, perfect. So Forge is right here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I need to kind of operate around this area then. So we have Forge. Damn, I wish I knew kind of where I'm at, like in relation to everything else. Let me see if I can find this again. So this is, where's Forge? If we go here, okay. So I don't know. It's hard to say. Did I go bottom left? Or ooh, where did we go? Good. So southwest from starting location. So here we go. So forge southwest. Okay, perfect. So now we need a willow. We need Sun Temple and a lofty summit. Can we find all of these areas? I think we can. That's honestly the only ones I need. And I don't know if any of you guys watching are aware, or remember, do we know if you can fight the Chimera as a boss? I want to say that I have fought it, but I just don't remember it being a very common area. But in either case, you can fight virtually any boss. Another forge. This is beautiful. Okay. So we have multiple forges. This is fantastic. Okay, very good. Spider Woods, I think, has Bramblegast or his little discount cousin, so that's fine. We're going to keep kind of going south and see if I can find any of these like lofty summits. I can then maybe activate one of these towers and try and get a boss node on them. I'm doing this for a video. I'm going to be out of town this weekend, so I want to leave you guys with some good videos. There's forges everywhere. This is beautiful. Okay, good. So my only concern then is finding a lofty summit or a sun temple. There's got to be a lofty summit around here. There's another fort. Look at that. But that's not a boss node. No worries. Channel. Val Factory. Come on, where are my little summits here? Val Foundry. Darn. I want to route to as many of these places as possible if I can find the boss nodes. Even if I can find a lofty summit type area, that'd be perfect. I would just continue on. Alright, so that's not necessarily what I want. Woodland. I don't remember Woodland. That could be important. What's in Woodland? I don't remember. Woodland could technically be the double bloated millers. I do believe that's what it is. We're looking for lofty summit, and this is where a search function would be huge, honestly. Sun Temple, but I need a Sun Temple with a boss. This is perfect. Look at this. Okay, we have everything we need. Now the thing is, I don't think I can select that, right? Because this is technically considered fail, even though it's not a fail. Drives me nuts that these things are considered fails, because the trigger condition for the failure prior to the most recent patch was defeating all the rares and then defeating the Citadel boss. So that's something that we've been conditioned to do. Like, we have to actually do this in order to win every single map. So it was very, very counterintuitive, very, very broken, and very unfortunate. It shows that I have like a pretty much the standard Xbox user's failure rate for defeating bosses, and it's bad. Whereas I've actually only failed one of each, but it shows that I failed probably the majority of them because I killed the rares first and then I went for the Citadel boss, thinking that was the proper way to do it. No! Good thing, well, we wasted some good mechanics on this one actually, but no worries. That is when I'm weakest, in the beginning. Gotta build up those stacks, but we need to get through here. Let's see. It'll take 2, which is fine. Val City, I'm trying to... The Val City should probably be Napuazzi, so... Gotta think about that. Sun Temple's also southwest, so here we've got 2 already kind of set up. Looking for Willow and Lofty Summit, though. That Lofty Summit's quite rare. You don't see it too often. Alright, let's not die this time, huh? Let's not get special beam cannoned in the face. Oh, hi. Hello. Artificer's Orb, yes please. Very nice. They're all excited that they made their own sun, but I'm a walking sun. I win. I win, Val. Are you for real still shooting me, bro? The Prowler. Alright, everybody just calm down. It's gonna be great. Love it. Now that we lost the mechanic since we died on it, it's not too big a deal. Honestly, we could just rush through, but I don't mind trying to get some of that lost XP back. At level 90, I'm actually pretty content and don't really care to level any further with this character. But it is such a fun character to play, honestly. I would say probably the most fun. Although she's still not my favorite, she's amazing to play as. So many different systems you gotta have in mind to make this work. And it's well worth the, the setup. Pretty much just melting everything though. So we know the exit's going to be in this bottom left corner. But I wonder if there'll be an exit now because we did die, so we lost all the other mechanics. Let's see. Yeah, they're not here. Yeah, it's going to be up. So what happens is it's a little confusing with this map because it makes it seem as if there's more, but there's not. You have to actually go out and around. Honestly, what the balls. Door. Where's my frackin' door? The ass. I know it's here somewhere. Oh, here it is. That's. Alright. So we've got at least 3 more rares to take on. Very nice. There's one. The guy from Quake. The Quake guy. Oh gosh, what did I do? I'm trying to read a message over here, and I'm stuck against a wall. Shayla, I will read your message in 1 second. There he is. A Valorb. Yes. We've won the game. Circle around this way like a loser. Anybody watching, if you guys are looking out for certain items, I'm more than happy to pick them up. I'm pretty content with everything I do have and can have at this point. Obviously, if you can just drop me an Astromantis or a Temporalis, you know, I'd be cool with that, but whatevs. Shayla says, I finished my prep for DLC playthrough of Liza P. Very nice. I think I should, well, I have several files ready, I guess, to go technically. It's just me mentally, I'm not quite ready yet. If it's going to be summer of this year, that I'm assuming, depending on when our friends across the pond consider summer, might be the later months of summer, I'm thinking. If not, it could be dead June, July, but I'm thinking it might be a little later, actually. We'll have to see. That's really exciting, though. I am looking forward. Ooh, that's fun. I'm looking forward to getting back into those games as well. Path of Exile has been so much fun, though, but I'm always going to continue posting it and featuring it on the channel, but balancing it out, bringing back some of those Souls-likes, going back into the guides and things like that you guys love, I'm definitely going to be doing that as well, so. 240. Isn't that max? 250's max. Cool. What we can do to make sure, we can check to see if this is going to be something valuable. What we do is quality it up. Hate wasting all this on something that I'm going to just get rid of, but so it's all qualityed up now, and then we can socket it. And then now we can val it and see if anything magical happens. Wow, it went completely worthless. Oh, what a shame, huh? What an absolute shame. I actually want to buy that back. I meant to, yeah. Let me have that. Do this instead, good sir. Yes. What a shame. And you could salvage it and get your sockets back or whatever, but In that case, it's still a wash. I have some other games set to play before the DLC comes out. Very nice. Which games are you looking forward to play? Where did I just go? Okay, here. So, I really hope that the Val City is just not Puazzi. Oh man, see, if it wasn't a fail, because it's not a true fail, then I'd be able to go right here. Honestly, I have nothing. Damn it. I'm gonna test it, and if it's something different, I'll be so pissed. Let me see, do I have another Val City I can pick, though? Do I understand what I'm doing while I'm gone? What is happening? Okay. Val City? Anywhere? I will have a Val City, don't worry, right? We're just gonna go through it. So, we're just going with it. And right now we're just running 14s because I'm saving my 15s for the monk. The monk in particular is the one that I'm using for the video, and also the one that only when I care to level beyond, you know, 90. Oh, nice. Ghost of Tsushima and AI Limit. That sounds like a fun time, Shayla, for sure. That sounds awesome. Yeah, that AI Limit opportunity never panned out. They were wanting me to do stuff for them for free. I'm like, I don't work for free. Thank you. Thank you. They'll try and get away with whatever because people are like, oh, nice, exclusive opportunities, bro. But it's like, not quite. I'm a big boy. I learned from plenty of mistakes. Gotta know your worth. So yeah, I didn't get I didn't pursue that exclusive opportunity. I told him I wasn't doing it for free. But I'll probably still play it. It'll just be lower priority because the first Berserker Kazan is actually going to be really high on my list. Really excited about that. Of course. Yeah, I was like, It was just more so like, cool, that would have been nice, but definitely wasn't banking on it. Can you see what's happening on my screen? Me neither. Got used to it though. I fight using my feelings, not my eyeballs. Slender Guardian Honey Buns, you're anything but slender. Anything but slender. I look forward to watching you play Kazan, says Shayla. Thank you. I am also kind of excited about it. Honestly, so what happens with me is like, oh, we have a boss right here. I'm gonna have to wait. Honestly, I say I'm excited. I'm actually not. I don't feel anything right now about it, but I know that when the date approaches, I will actually be pretty excited and looking forward to it. And that's kind of the way I operate. Like once it's here, I'm like, oh yeah. Then the moment like that, I'm like, yes, I'm excited now. But right now, I'm like, man, whatever. It's gonna be amazing though. I am really gonna look forward to it. Honestly, based on how I feel when I start playing the game, I'm going to decide in the moment if it's going to be a fist only challenge run, which I already did the demo as such, or if we're gonna be playing it regular and I just do guides and things like that. So who knows? It's honestly just based on how everything kind of works out time wise and all that. Lots of games coming out during this period of time as well. April is just slam packed full of games, so you gotta do a little bit of balancing act. And it's not that, oh, I'm chasing new games, it's just a lot of the games I was gonna feature and they just happen to have overlapping dates. I'm like, ugh. No, I lose my stacks anyways? That is terrible. Oh my gosh. You evil. So this is the Huntress, guys. If you can find her. That's really sucky. And I'm not gonna be able to survive this because I don't have enough heals. I didn't know she would just cancel out my transformation though. So Napuazzi is pretty awesome. And you can see what she's doing, man. All kinds of spear and Huntress stuff. And I imagine she's kind of like the basis for what spear abilities we can use. If I start dying, I'm just going to survive and we can see her moveset, because honestly I think that'd be fantastic. That's not very nice. She called me a locust, guys. Old Reliable says fire, literally. Quite. I'm going to die because I don't have any heals, but it is what it is. I didn't know she canceled your stacks. Like, she cancels your transformation, which resets your stacks. So I'm totally gonna die. But before I do that, I would like to... Oh, balls! I would like to show off her moveset if we can find her again. I already have a good Napuatsi fight though, so I don't need another. Fire! Ow. Oh, never mind, we win. Oops. Now we're good. Now we have all the heals. Well, never mind. Okay, it just took forever, but I like it. Kazan's gonna be awesome though. Really looking forward to that game. It's just so stylistic. The combat is incredible. It's just something that I definitely am looking forward to. And once that day comes, I'm gonna be pumped. Right now, I'm just like, I'm kind of almost like, oh man, another game I have to cover, but I'm like super excited about actually. But that's one I've been looking forward to since last year, since the demo. The demo was incredible, by the way. Incroyable. As our French brethren say. Incroyable. The demo is so good. Looking forward to the full game. I really just can't wait to tap into the lore. And the best part of it was so neat because I was actually able to participate in the closed beta, which was really nice. So that was November of last year, and then they went ahead and let out the demo, which was the exact same thing. I think February of this year, which it was really cool to be able to get our hands on it months ahead. Or months in advance. That was really neat. I need more fireballs. I don't think I have enough fireballs in my build. Three rares in like 10 seconds. Yes. Yes. Alright, cool. Let's get out of here. Honestly, this was just we're just pathing. And we're trying to get to the Sun Temple, which I think I've now opened up. Just double check. Lovely. Alright, so we have Sun Temple. Check. Forge, we have like 3 forges. So now I need Lofty Summit and Willow. So that's what we need to work on next. But we'll do that in just a moment. Let's go ahead and do this. Level 18. Oops, I just dropped my damn it. Damn it all. Hold on. I've been using 14 just because I don't want to use my 15s. You're like, duh. But no, I don't want to use my 15s because I'm using them for the video that I'm working on. And also, I don't know why I'm so stingy with the 15s. I have over 100, but I just am. I am a hoarder of sorts. But I'm a clean hoarder. See, look at my stash tabs are clean. Pristine. We can use 15s, it's fine. We'll use the 15s that I normally couldn't use with my, or I refuse to use with my monk. So we're gonna go Burning Ground. Ooh. The plot thickens. I did a 95% delirious map, and that pissed me off. Because I was like, you don't get like a high five or anything for it. You know, you'd imagine like, I just did this. And they're like, it's fine. We expected that. This is the only map I really can't run. Less recovery and energy shield, so not a good waste zone for me. Anything else would be fine, honestly. Delirium just no fun when you're starting out with 0 stacks. It's not the most fun. I wish I had more burning ground. I have to have more. I usually have so many, and I just don't enjoy running them. We'll do this. Okay, perfect. So the rst of the 15s that we get, we can just slam in there. Alright, so we now have Sun Temple and Forge. Mission accomplished already. So now we need Willow and Lofty Summit. Lofty Summit is usually on mountaintops like this, so I'm just curious. Ooh, yes please. What? We ordered some lasagna, or Italian food as they say. Oh my god, that's so hot. Okay, alright, never mind. Ow. Ow! My Furkin pinkies don't have fingerprints anymore, damn it. Damn, that hurt. Yes. So yes. Whoo! Mother of pearl. That burned. My god, that burned. Y'all just witnessed my 3rd degree burns, man. Alright. Jeez. Ah. Hand. They put them in that little, you know, the tin foil or whatever. Those things are hot as hell. I didn't know. All right, let's see. Lofty Summit. Can we find one? This is where a search function would be fantastic for this. Unfortunately, we just don't have one. And I have thought that it would be really nice because you could search your specific biomes and then find level types that you really like or maps that you kind of prefer. I have all of these just sitting around, huh? Stone Citadel. Just sitting around. The Abyss. Need a Lofty Summit. Dang it. What is this? That could be. These could be Lofty Summits. So what if we route towards these? What was over here? I could do this and then this. Yeah, let's just knock this out real quick. Burning ground, get that out of the way. So I got some manicotti, even though it burnt my my fingerprints off. My pinkies were kind of they're shot anyways. Lost cause for these little guys. But yes, now that I don't have any fingerprints, you can enjoy once it cools down to less than 1000 Kelvin. Oh! Alleyways. This is a great map. The Penitentiary is where you can face off with like the Executioner, which is a really fun fight in my opinion. But we're just routing. I'm just kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I want to stream and kind of give you guys some updates on what to expect because I'll be out Friday, probably through like Tuesday. So we'll be going to the beach, and it's a long road trip. It's like 10 hours away from my current location, so it takes a while to get there, and I'll lose days just in traveling, you know, that I won't have the opportunity to stream or anything. So I am preparing some videos for you guys you can have some fun with and watch while I'm out, so it still feels like I'm here in spirit. It's gonna be great. Honestly, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I can't wait. I haven't gone to the beach since that beach in particular since I was a child, so I'm really interested to see how that kind of pans out. How much it's changed, how much it hasn't changed. Good food spots, things like that. But yeah, the other part of this stream is essentially to just ensure that I prepare for the video that I'm making for you guys. So I'm trying to route to certain locations so I have the ability to get to these spots quickly and perform whatever I'm trying to perform, record the footage, and then I need to edit it and do it all by tomorrow so that I can schedule it for you guys while I'm out. So, oh, the life of a content creator. Thing of beauty. I love this build. Ow. Got hit so hard right there, stopped me dead in my tracks. So Burning Ground, as you can see, doesn't affect this character at all, so very nice. I say at all, honestly, it's just not a concern for this character because I'm constantly flasking, so. The constant heals pretty much just allow for me to traverse any kind of tough ground, any kind of patches of ground that would normally be a real pain. The beach does sound fun. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Again, I haven't been since I was a child, so I'm just really excited to see what it's gonna be like. Oh, I got the mess hit out of me right there. That was scary. Sir? Okay. You're probably like, what is happening? I don't know. I don't know either. I'm just kind of going with it. Going with the flow. Speaking of flow, such a funny thing. Segue. I watched, apparently it won an Oscar. I was like, what? It tells you how much I keep up with whatever, current events or things other people care about. So I was like, oh yes. On HBO, or Max as the kids call it, there's a movie called Flow. And it's like a little animated movie. No protagonists, they're all animals, right? And they can't speak, obviously. So there's no like spoken words kind of thing. And it's like pretty interesting because you could really just delve into like and create your own kind of world building and lore if you wanted. Or you could just keep it simple and be like, that was a cute little movie. I feel like it goes a little deeper than just as a cute little movie though. Now in my opinion, I don't know what defines or what the parameters are when you're picking like an Oscar nominee or things like that. So I don't, because of my lack of knowledge there, I wouldn't say it is or isn't worth an Oscar kind of thing. Because obviously those parameters and those metrics are determined by, it's just a different whole, like that, the demographic of movie critics and buffs and things like that, you know? So anyways, I think it was decent. I think it was really decent. It was fun to watch. It's kid friendly. It's got some pretty epic moments and some that are, you know, kind of sad. And it just does, you know, especially as you start seeing the progression of how the world keeps changing. I just thought that was done so well. And then the fact that it's like, are we in control or can we make changes or are we just kind of along for the ride? And I thought that was really well done, really interesting. And it was from the perspective of little animals, which honestly, you know, a lot of times, more often than not, it's like, well, what power do they have? Are they just kind of going along with the flow of nature? And I thought it was really neat. So the movie's called Flow, and it's about like a flooded, post-apocalyptic kind of Earth type area, and there's animals that survive and they kind of navigate the new land, so to speak. And I thought it was really interesting. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I actually did enjoy it quite a bit. But I'm gonna break down all these. Those are all uniques, like this right here, this here, and this here, but I don't care. It's fine. This is fine. I'm not impressed. I already have some, so. Alright, another 15, and drop that in currency. So as I said in the beginning of this video, April 4th is when the Huntress is launching, so super exciting. Kind of interested to see the direction they take with that particular character. If she's going to be one that, you know, is heavily dependent on elemental, or does she have a unique kind of status effect kind of thing. I'm really looking forward to that. Seems like she leans a lot or heavily towards lightning. And there's a lot of charm effects as well. So I hate charms personally, but but hey, I'm gonna RP the shit out of the Huntress. It's gonna be so much fun because I have the the Thaumaturge or Thaumaturge founder pack. So I would like to wear the what I would consider like the Huntress-esque armor. It's obviously Val inspired, so really, really cool. But I do believe that I'll go kind of that route for the look. You know me, I care more about the look than it. And then from the look, that allows me to kind of get to the immersion part of it, so I can then create a build around it. So it all starts with the name of the character. The name of the character, for me, then drives what is the aesthetic going to be? Not the aesthetic. The aesthetic. And what the kind of the style, or what is her attack style, what is her personality type wise. And I know that it's so silly because seldom those things are going to be something we can fully control, but I do really like immersion and immersing myself into these games. So like creating a character, although these in PoE 2 are technically somewhat predefined from a model perspective, you can still kind of have fun with it, you know? Like, so I named my, what I call my Witch Doctor, which is my Ranger Pathfinder that uses Poisonous Concoction. I named her Artemis Verdigris, and I thought that was really Artemis because of the bow reference, of course, and then Verdigris because it has to do with like a color. And green was kind of the color that we were going with, so because she was going to be spewing poison everywhere. So I mean, something as simple as that drives kind of what I'm going to be, you know, the parameters that I'm going to be operating within when it comes to crafting a build. And for me, it starts with the name of the character, and that's just so much fun to me. I absolutely love building characters and RPing them as much as possible. And as I said, like to kind of round it off, essentially, if I want to look the part, that's much more important to me than min-maxing or anything like that. I'd much rather be a very high-performing build that looks awesome. And that's what I think I've done pretty well in accomplishing in many, many different types of games. I'm just going to give it. I just want to pick out stuff. I like it. Yeah, so I don't know what the Huntress is going to be named yet, but once we kind of get an idea of her backstory, which is going to be and the character selection screen when Count Geonor is about to hang us, that'll be a good start, a good introduction. I'll see what were her alleged crimes. What was she doing or actually protecting before she was captured and rounded up so she could be pretty much executed for the sole purpose of feeding the beast. What was her crime? And that would help give us an idea, you know? Is she good? Is she bad? Now we know, like the witch she's bad. She's just bad. Some of them do need to be hanged, but it's fine, you know, it's fine. Maybe not hanged, maybe just executed, because she's kind of evil, but it's fine. She's maybe the lesser of two evils, right? And based on the game description, I've always wondered, are there multiple endings? Can you have like multiple endings, choose, make a choice? Are we going to allow the corruption to spread, or do we champion it or beat it or whatever? It's kind of like the flavor text for the game. I wonder, like, is that really a choice, or is that just, you know, cinematic description writing? Who knows? But yeah, so where the hell is the precursor? This is one of the longest mesas I've ever done. We're coming up on it. Oh, right here, yep. I can tell, once you do this enough, you kind of get an idea. It is randomly generated, yes, but, or procedurally generated, but you can get an idea of the layout, and, you know, you find certain points of reference and points of interest that are like, okay, this is an asset or a structure that is, no, that's not good, I just did the wrong thing. That is build breaking. Resistance shrines are so bad for my character. I should not have tagged that. I'm so used to tagging any shrine, but yeah. I don't want my resistance to be too high. Then I can't actually harm myself enough to have enough health. So there's twofold reasons why I need to be able to do enough damage. So resistance has to be in a very Goldilocks spot, because if I have too much resistance, I can't harm myself enough to build up the ability to constantly spam my attack, which could be infinite. If I don't have enough resistance, then I harm myself too much and I die. So there's a very, very fine spot and balance that you have to kind of maintain. And one of the reasons why I don't believe this character will be nerfed, because it's just such a complicated and fun character. It is quite complex. You know, there's lots of layers to her. I don't think that she's going to be nerfed. 27% experience gain. We're saving the experience gains, of course, for the monk. I don't care to level any other character, honestly. I've got like several characters to level 90. It doesn't mean anything. Ultimately, it just some skills got enough slots for me to be happy with. But ultimately, that was about it. All right, let's see. Do we have... I need a path here, don't I? Darn it. So I don't think this is really it for me. So I need to kind of see, is there another lofty summit type area, another mountain range? Because this sucks. There's a mountain range, but like, where are the, you know, the lofty summits? I'm looking for a very specific map, and I just can't find it. I'll be darned. There's all kinds of mountain ranges, none of which happen to have this. I wonder if Cenotes or Cenotes would have this as well. I don't know. Lofty Summit, but it's completed, so I need one that's not complete. So this giant mountain range probably had all kinds of lofty summits in it. Blooming Field, what about you? Riverside, oh gosh. Okay, so... if only. There's all these mountain ranges, but I can't find them. The funny thing is you never think about this until, of course, it's the time. And you're like, oh, I want to go ahead and try this out. It's like, really? You sure about that? I need this. This could be my Willow. So let's see here. Damn it. I need to do... literally just going to waste on accident. Let me think. That's Willow. That's okay. We'll use this. I need to go ahead and grab some boss tablets because I'd like to try and craft one on that Willow. So let's see. Anything that's like 5 or up would be fine. This is the stash that I'm selling, but honestly, it doesn't really matter. All right, so now we go here. We're gonna go back to our currency and we can go ahead and juice it up a bit. Oh, I did the thing. Oh. Can it only hold 2? Hold on. Yeah, I'll say that says implicit. All right, cool. So we'll see if we can potentially get another node out of that. If we can get a second tower, then we have 2 chances to potentially add the boss node to Willow, which would be step 3 out of 4, which I'm quite happy with. Why am I all jacked up? Let me give myself a few stacks before I just... it's fine. YOLO. Oh, I'm stuck. Freaking A. Okay, we're good. We're good. Never mind. Proximal tangibility means I gotta get nice and close. Alright, that was terrifying. Skill stuff. Very nice. Tablet. A delirium tablet. Those aren't bad. The most valuable tablets are probably the ritual tablets. I've sold many of those. There's no need to be greedy. Delirium tablets will do just fine if I ever need to farm delirium, which honestly is my least favorite mechanic. I don't like the temporary invincibility that the enemies have when they first join in. It's really tough for a melee type character specifically. I'm not sure how I wasn't able to maintain it that long. I mean, I was killing stuff. Oh, you know what? I ran out of the I ran out of the mist. Oh my gosh, I do that all the time. That's what I did. I was like, how did I lose my stackaronis? So So in Delirium, unlike Breach, you cannot exceed like the barrier or the perimeter of the circle. You have to actually stay within the mist. And with the visibility as it is with this character, it's quite simple and quite easy to actually just lose it and go a little too far, a little too fast. It's something that happens. But something like this, like Breach, is phenomenal for this character. Because you can go ahead and fire fire array, and then go here. You can just go to every single edge of the circle, even though circles don't have edges. Or do they? Picking up all the breach splinters so I can craft more breach stones, of course. Yeah, it's just so much fun. You can cover so much ground with this character. It's fantastic. Those breaches last a good while too, so. Alright, let's go finish up and get out of here and see if we can maybe craft a few boss nodes. Willow is the one we're looking for, so. Four monsters left. We'll leave them to tell our tale. Alright. Alright, my manicotti is not super duper hot anymore. Hell yes. Hell yes. Alright. Got that. Greasy. I'm gonna eat on stream like a little pig. I apologize. But I've been eating bird food all day, so I'm hungry. Time for a real meal. Alright, ouch. Get out of here. Yes! Looks so good. Manicotti. It doesn't look like manicotti. It actually just looks like pizza without bread. It just looks like a big pizza topping. This is probably gonna hurt my stomach. Okay, let's see here. I'm over here. Bluff. Let's go ahead and knock out Bluff. It doesn't even matter what level we do. I just want to complete it so I can have 2 towers so I can just pop boss nodes on it. Alright, let's kill stuff. Very good. I think I'm gonna need to grab a napkin. That's some greasy Italian food. Like I literally just looked at it and my fingertips got greasy. Nice, nice, nice. The glass blowers bobble. Very nice. Regal Orb. So today, interestingly enough, I haven't got a Divine, I haven't got a perfect Jeweler's Orb or anything special, so maybe on stream I'll be able to change that. I'm stuck! Okay, there you go. I'm good. I'm good. 1 monster remains. What a lucky little bastard that one. 1 monster survived the onslaught. I wish you guys could see this. Okay, hold on. Oh my gosh. It's just cheese. Look. The cheese stretch. This is gonna kill my stomach. I can't wait. So It looks literally like pizza toppings. Sir? There you go. Look at that. I feel like I look disgusting when I eat, but I don't actually like to see myself. I look like a crazy person. Okay. Bluff. And Seeking Spire. Okay, so now we go here. We want this node right here. This node, please. Yes. Okay. That's amazing. Okay, cool. So that's number 3. Honestly, I have no idea where this is in relation to the other areas, but it's fine. Because I went southwest, right? And then I started kind of going up a bit. It's fine. It's fine. I'll figure it all out when it matters most. I would have to commit this to memory. Also, I could always go back and watch the VODs. I rarely watch my VODs. The only time I ever watch them is if I'm like, wait, I did something really amazing, or I made a huge mistake. I'm like, what did I do there? And I learned from my mistakes there. But I typically don't watch the VODs. It's kind of the point of it, right? It's very organic, very flawed, very me. Lofty Summit, dang it! Where are you? Cenotes. So how do you say that word? I need to look that up. There's towers nearby. Let me see, but these probably have already been used. They haven't. Let me just pop this real quick. Let me see. These don't even juice. Patches of burning ground. Fine. I'm gonna clear out my inventory, and then I didn't want that. That's fine. Balls. I didn't want that either. I don't want any of this. I'm just gonna get rid of it, I think. Okay, so this. And I'm just getting rid of the rest. I know I can sell it. Yada, yada, yada. It's fine. Okay. Indeed. Keep it simple. Now, what I do want are my boss thingies. Anything with 5 or 6 will do. So 5 and 5. Okay. I'm keeping these because when I go here, any of these that have been completed, I can pop this on and hopefully get one on Cenotes or whatever. Balls, I've used that one already. But I don't know. See, this is too far. And I missed. So I don't know. We don't know if Cenotes is or isn't one. But I could try and route here. So we'll go here, then here, then here. And this is my last opportunity to craft that one. Interesting. Okay, let's go. But first, another bite. This is so cheap. I am literally going to be dead. My stomach is going to be so hurt. In pain. All right. All right, I think I need more fireballs. I keep saying that because it's not enough. Nice, nice. Wait, I'm stuck on something. Okay, I'm good. I am stuck. Oh, there's not the wall. I see. Yes. That was a wall. Give me that. Uh-oh. A greater jeweler's orb. Very nice. I'll take it. Happily take that. And 2 lesser jeweler's orbs immediately after. Yes. I will take those, Sam I am. Dark Fist. Dead. Okay. This is a map that I often find myself backtracking, and I don't think my little perimeter approach is really effective. But that's how I handle it. It's not effective. I'll take it. Who's in here? Really? So I'm gonna have to go back down, left, and then back to the right? That's nuts. How much more level is there? My gosh. It continues. The plot thickens. It just never ends. The mire is the swamp that keeps on giving. The swamp that keeps on giving. Dead. Alright, now we got one more little jerk up here somewhere. Let's see. Where? Where is he? I think he's up here. Dead. Stash. Wait! What if that Dr. Manhattan guy actually touched me? That would have been terrible. Alright, let's go for the 3rd bite. Maybe 4th. I don't think I'm gonna make it. My stomach is gonna just do backflips. Oh my gosh. That was bad. My my headphones got caught in the manicotti. Okay, so now we go here, right? Another mire. Lovely. Use the burning ground since I hate it so much. It's actually not so bad, but not bad with this character at all. Right. This would be good, most likely for the Huntress, for example. Let's just get rid of all this junk. Honestly, I don't care much for these things right now.
Until next time.
Whoa. Okay. Now what we're going to do is clear out this mire, which is equally as bad as the last. And then we can go ahead and try to convert the cenote place to a boss node. I don't know if that is where I can fight. Well, I'm aiming to fight. I'm looking to fight Blackjaw, or Black Maw, I forget his name. He's a Val construct, but he is found in the Lofty Summit for sure. I just don't remember what the cenote is. I might just need to look it up. I'm gonna refresh chat. I know there's not too many of you guys today, but I want to make sure I'm not ignoring your messages. When I refresh chat, it gives me an opportunity to make sure that I'm actually seeing any messages you guys may be saying. It's a quiet night tonight, though. No worries. I usually don't stream this late. I have a road trip that I've been preparing for and trying to make some content while I'm out so you guys can enjoy it and just have some fun while I'm out enjoying the beach and after I don't know how many years. I read her name wrong. I was like Furry Eye. But it's Fury Eye. Hard to read whenever, you know, all the fireballs are covering the screen. You're getting hit by like 20 different monsters. It's a lot. Lot to manage. Iron Jaws the Terrible. He wasn't so bad. Bold Moil? Ugh. There was Mold Boil. That'd be even worse. Solar Jaws is dead. Let's see, can I just teleport over here? Let's see. Can we go down maybe? I don't know. It's not one of my favorite maps. It just never ends. Clear out the rest of this little area and then be done. I'm out of here. Remember, the purpose is for us to create a boss mechanic or influence this node with the boss tablet here. But I have to get my bite of food.
Yes.
We're gonna craft a headhunters. Just you watch, man. Just you wait and watch. This is an excellent roll. I mean, it's got nearly max rolls on everything. Thing of beauty. But is this one better? That's literally perfect. Never mind. This one almost was perfect. Wow, I actually have a perfect one. That's cool. This one's really good though too. If any of you guys watching want any of this stuff, just let me know. If you want any of this shit. That's from Fallout, by the way. Not being mean. That's a quote. These are mine though. There's a few things I will not part with, but many of these items I'm more than happy to give you. They're extras. Some of them I'm obviously trying to craft and val and all that, but I don't like this, man. I'm not even juicing this, so why would I waste that? See, this is where 14s are important. And do we have any burning ground? We can get rid of those, right? Ooh. Plot thickens. What about... We have 2. So those will be the ones we kind of burn, no pun intended, through. Because we want to just make sure that we're getting to the tower so we can use our boss tablet. I don't know if Cenote, or what, I need to look it up. Let me do that real quick. Oh gosh. Greece. Cenote, PoE2. I just need a picture. It's a jungle. I need like a map boss table. See, all of these sites are just so strange. Ads, ads, ads. Okay, so let me see. Oh, there you go. Thing of beauty. Okay, so bloated miller, candle. I found it. Damn, it's only lofty summit. So this is actually for naught. I have just about everything else. Let me just double check. The Rotten Druid, Brambleghast, Kabbalah, Iktab, and Ekbab. Ziquato, Devour. Well, I'll be dipped. Okay, so it doesn't work that way. So essentially the Cenotes is not going to help me at all. This area is not going to do anything for me. I don't really like this map, so whatever. This is one of the worst towers to navigate. My food escaping me. Okay. Well. Time capsule. What's going on, my friend? You know what? That was a waste. I should do it. Because we are on a mountain range, and maybe Lofty Summit will appear near there. How are you doing? And how is your ranger? I just noticed that my green screen looks like it's going to eat me alive. Bear than 1 second. Let me turn on some lights. Now it's actually worse. Let's fix the green screen real quick. Oh gosh. It doesn't like this color. I don't like the light either. Hit 90 and keep dying. Why? Why do you keep... I disappeared, see? Don't die. Beautiful. There you go. You hit 90 and keep dying, huh? Is it... Are you finding what's consistently killing you? Do you know how you can improve? I feel like you're squishy. I feel like you're real squishy. You're dying... I would like to know what your shield is, if you're running Chaos Inoculation, all that stuff. I feel like you're squishy. I need a better bow. I need around 100 div for it. I always laugh whenever I hear that because sure, I agree that would help. That would definitely help. But you don't need that for your build. That's just something that would make your build even better. Gear only optimizes what your build can already do. But if the gear carries and creates your build, then that can be an issue. And then yes, you do need high level gear, super expensive. I've never spent more than 2 div on any piece of gear ever. And the only piece of gear I've ever spent 2 div on was for the Hands of Wisdom and Action, which I ended up getting for free after beating the boss anyway. So I got a better roll on him. So you don't need that. I think anybody could use awesome 100 div gear, but you don't need it. That's not the reason why you're dying, right? Is what I'm trying to say. So there's another reason, fundamental reason why you're dying, and that's what we have to figure out. Because it's not your bow. That your bow's not killing you. It's not killing the enemies fast enough, maybe, and they're hitting you before you hit them. Maybe there's certain modifiers that's weak, that your build is weak against. But you shouldn't need a bow of that price to make your build functional. All of my characters at level 80 and above can run 15s and above. So there's something that we could improve that would be a cheap and affordable change, I think. But we have to figure out what that is. Like if you don't have all res is capped, if you aren't running CI, what are you doing with your shield? Is your shield high enough? Like what are your layers of defense? Like those are things we need to look at, because that's why you're dying, right? We gotta figure out what that is, and maybe we can figure it out together. But yeah, you don't ever need any of those things. That just would help. If you truly need that, and then magically you stop dying, well, there's something wrong with your build. Because it costs too much, and no one's gonna have. I don't have 100 div, and I played 700 hours. I never will have that much. So there's something we can fix, and I want to know what. God, I hate this level. Okay, ugh. We made it. We made it out of here. I lack shield when I get my res up to cap. Okay, so you know that you can use. Say that you're lacking in your shield. Two ways to amplify it, depending on what kind of build you're running, is you can try and use jewels. So sapphires in particular are the blue jewels. You can get some jewels for a very affordable price that can give you an increase in your shield. So that would be really good. If you're not running Grim Feast, probably should be. Okay, time capsules. I can run 15 and have run 16s. I get one shot. Got my evasion at 75 and reses are capped. Only maybe 25 shield. Okay. And what's your health at? That's your problem then. You just don't have any proper. You have the bones for proper defense, but you don't have shield. So evasion is not a primary line of defense. If evasion is your primary source of defense, that's your critical flaw in your build. Evasion is not designed to be a first line of defense ever. You need it in addition to either armor, or you need it in. I'm eating. Sorry. You need it in addition to armor, or you need it in addition to shield, energy shield. Energy shield alone. I'm sorry. Evasion alone cannot be your primary. 25 shield. That's just way too low. That's why you're getting hit. 1500 HP, you'll get one shot at anything. You'll get one shot in campaign. 1500. So you have not spec'd into any survivability. And that is kind of, I see a flaw. Because you either need to go energy shield and evasion, or you go, you can go energy shield and armor, but for a ranger, you're going to want to go energy shield and evasion. That just makes the most sense, because the armor sets and the pieces that you can find specific to a ranger are going to be energy shield and evasion hybrids. Better gear. Yeah, your super glass cannon. But the gear, you don't need to spend a lot for the gear. And a bow wouldn't have helped you with any of those concerns, but, obviously. Bow is going to help you kill stuff, yes. And if you kill stuff before it kills you, great. But in those instances where you get hit, you're going to die anyways, and you lose all that XP, if you care about XP. So, bow isn't really the answer. I would focus on gear that gives you better energy shield. Sapphires that give you energy shield increase as well. There's a lot of good nodes. I'm going to go to my ranger. Or my Pathfinder specifically. This character is not complete by any means. I'm trying to get to Chaos Inoculation. Once I get to level 90, and she's golden, but I can still run anything with her. But what the point is, there's a lot of good nodes here. So like something like this, +2 evasion rating per 1 maximum energy shield and equipped helmet. So subterfuge mask is very good. So these are things that you don't have to spend money on. You just say, you know what? What's the highest energy shield hat I can find? It's either going to be a feathered tiara or like I forget the other feathered variant. And once you put that on, you can say, now I have a really high energy shield hat. And then now I have my evasion taken. That's good. And then you go and you looked maybe at your energy shield nodes here. So you're constantly increasing your energy shield, so it's bumping up. And so this is +1 maximum energy shield per evasion rating. So now you have synergy. You already have high evasion, so you're going to get a lot of your energy shield. And then energy shield feeds into evasion based on your equipped body armor. So then you look at a body armor that has a good amount of energy shield on it. A great hybrid for these kind of characters are going to be the Scalper's Jacket or Expert Waxed Jackets. Those have high energy shield and evasion ratings. So all you do is you craft one up, you quality it up, and you throw in some iron runes in it, and now you have even more evasion energy shield, right? So there's a lot of cheap ways to do it, and not only that, but then if you're struggling with your energy shield, you can get sapphires, and sapphires can increase your energy shield by up to 20%. And a lot of times you can find them for cheap because people don't know what they're selling, know what they have. So you can get a few with 20% increased energy shield max. So that's another great opportunity as well. Your heralds aren't proccing in the higher tier maps. Yeah. Yeah, my friend has the same issue. And sometimes it's based on what heralds you have and what support gems you have. So remember that like Herald of Ice can't ever proc freeze. So you need to have, if you have Herald of Ice and Herald of Lightning, which probably is pretty meta right now, you have to make sure that Herald of Ice has Lightning infusion on it, so you can proc Herald of Lightning. Herald of Lightning would have to have Ice type infusion on it, so you can proc Herald of Ice. Remember that an individual Herald of Ice or Lightning can't proc its own respective type of damage or ailment. You have to switch it up. And that's why, another reason why sometimes they don't proc very often. And then they never will proc on bosses, but that's kind of one thing to look at. Damn it, wasted our time doing this. That's unfortunate. Hidden Grotto, Ravine, Hidden Grotto. I need, what is this? I need Lofty Summits. Okay, this is not gonna work. I needed Lofty Summits so bad. Okay, what if I do this? Have Ice and Thunder and have them interlinked. Perfect. Yeah, it's that's gonna be something that if you have an ability to reduce resistances or penetrate resistances, that's gonna be a great thing you can also do to help proc those things. But yeah, ideally you should, and your crit hit chance is gonna be really big too. Like if you don't have a high crit chance, then your heralds will proc even less. So the higher your crit chance, the better. I mean, on my monk, for example, almost every strike procs. So you want to try and get to like, how high is my crit? Like, so 33, 35%, 30% even would be fine. If you can get like 30% crit chance, you're going to be proccing your heralds much more consistently as well. But yeah, this character only has 2600 shield and 1300 health, very, very low to be doing any end game content. So that's not good. We need to get her energy shield up, because if I'm going to be sacrificing going down to 1 health or 1 HP, we need to have a lot more shield. And the reason why these guys aren't just dying instantly is because they have 78% more health. But yeah, this is a 15, and we're still just kind of casually moving through it. But you want to be able to comfortably run 15s. Because my buddies, they're like, yeah, I can run 15s, but you need to be able to run them consistently and not die. And then you're like, okay, now you're ready for pinnacle content and whatever else. That's a good test too. Like, is my DPS good? Are my defenses where they need to be at? And if you can't consistently run them after you've done like all your, your little quest line for the waystones, you want to see kind of where you're at. And if you can't consistently run 15s because you can't sustain, well, that's another thing. You gotta update your Atlas points. If you can't survive, well, what are my defenses? Can't kill pinnacle bosses or it takes forever. What can I do for my DPS? And there's always budget options. Like, you don't need to spend div. I literally have only ever spent 2 div on a piece of gear, and I actually ended up changing it out. Other than that, it just exalts. And you should have plenty of exalts by now. As long as you're not just randomly gambling everything you find. You should have plenty of currency, and then you can spend, I can spend 20x on this item, or 30x on this really amazing item, and then you just you can always enhance it. Lots of different ways you can enhance it yourself, especially if you have good bones on it. Just a good outset on it. But yeah, that was a really juiced up 78% life map. Interlinked. I'm gonna get some more of this before it gets cold. It's super cheesy. It's like eating pizza toppings. But yeah, there's a few things. Hopefully just tips that helped you. I've never spent more than 2 divs ever on gear. And all of my characters run 15s without any issue. So it can be done. Don't buy into all those YouTubers. Being that I am one, I know. They just want to kind of flex and be like, well, you need 20 div on this, 20 div on this piece, on this head. It's like, no, you don't. Anybody can benefit from expensive gear, but you don't need it. Expensive gear only enhances a good build. Okay, we're switching back to the demon. Looked like I picked the Merc, but I didn't. I'm trying not to get my hands all in this. Get out of my face. I'm eating manicotti right now, but it's like super messy. Making sure I'm not all greasy. Okay. What was our plan? Lofty Summit? Where the heck are you? I can't find any. Okay. Let's just go up. I need a lofty summit that is just free for the taking. None of these. Come on. I just need the lofty summit, and I'll be able to have found all of the nodes that I need for my next project. Miss Creative Joshi says, "What's up, dude?" Nothing. What's up with you? Just chilling, eating some dinner, playing some vid games, you know? I need... I need a lofty summit node somewhere that I haven't done. Preferably with a boss node on it. Thank you. Spider Woods. Nope, that's not it. They're usually on top of mountains. Of course, I've already completed so many of them, and I'm looking to fight, I think his name's either Black Maw or Blackjaw, I forget. Black Maw or Blackjaw. And this is where I wish there was a search function. So you could actually search the maps that you want, or even like the biomes, be like, okay, I want to look for a mountain region and show you that, or highlight that region. That'd be pretty nice. Also, just a way to influence, maybe not to change a biome, but to change a map type or reactivate a map if it's one of your favorites, like Sandspit. I could run Sandspit for like days on end. So if I could have a Sandspit like node, and as long as I place it in the correct biome, it would then change. That'd be pretty sweet too. Because if not, you kind of have to cheese it, and then like you just can never actually complete the node. You just have to like never quite complete it and be like, all right, I'm just gonna start it up. There needs to be a way to reactivate them without having to wait 20 more hours to get another lofty summit, for example. None of this. I need a lofty summit, damn it. I've just done so many of them too. That's the problem. And it was before I had this idea to do the video that I'm trying to prepare before my trip. So damn it, there's one. But we can't reactivate these nodes, so that's no fun. There's one. Okay, oh my gosh. Okay, so I just don't know where I'm at though. That's the problem. Sinking Spire sucks, so we're gonna clear this out really quickly.
Yes.
Okay. Sinking Spire is like one of the worst tower maps in the world. I don't like running Sinking Spire. I just go right through it. I'll show you guys what I do. All right. All right, we just go towards, we hug one wall pretty much and we see, is this the path? Oh my gosh, it is. I was right. I had a 50-50 chance. Now we go opposite and we say, is this a possible doorway? And if we don't die first, then that's good. That's not. So then we go back this way. Getting sniped with the special beam cannon. Oh my gosh, there it is. Now you always hug the center wall, and you'll see a doorway with stairs, actually. There it is. And that's how you complete the worst tower in the game. Second only. Well, no, this is actually the worst. The second worst would be Alpine Ridge. That is an equally terrible map. Alright, so this should allow me, oh my gosh, please. Lofty Summit. We have to add a boss node thing. Okay, that didn't work. Yes! Oh my gosh, yes. Okay, that's, if we, we might actually be able to do the damn thing. Okay, so, very nice. Now we need a route to some of these. We'll just complete these quickly. I don't really care about juicing them or anything. I'll run the 14s to that point. And then now we have Lofty Summit, Forge, Willow, and Sun Temple. I don't remember where half of these are, by the way. Apparently they're southwest from the starting point, according to my notes. These are actually the worst for me to run. I just need anything that can just let me go through. I don't want to waste my 15s. I'd rather juice those up. This character, as far as I'm concerned, is done leveling. He doesn't need any additional levels. My headset keeps getting into my manicotti. That's disgusting. I'm gonna need to figure out kind of where I'm at. Oh my gosh, tough fangs, back it up, sir. The scorpion monkey won't die. Really? There's stuff over here though. Oh, just doing fire stuff. Alright, now we can go and tag all these little points here. It's pulling a lever here, don't mind me. Fair enough. I think that's it. Well, there's 50 more. Where? Why? Probably all in this little pack right here. That is not what I clicked on. Damn it. That's better. I didn't really care to kill everything, but when I saw, I was like, ugh, there's so many. There. Better. Only 3 left. Only 3 left this time.
Speak.
Alright. Routing. Val Factory sucks. Hate Val Factory. Okay. Now from here, if I were to go to home, did I just go east? I don't even know. Is that what I did? Ah ha ha. So Lofty Summit is east. And Willow, I have no clue where the hell Willow was, but we made a Willow somewhere too. So happy. Those were the last 3 I needed, I believe. Let me just double check. Lackland. Ooh, I need a. Oh. I got lasagna on my. Oh, not lasagna. Manicotti on my stuff. On my notes. Zalmaroth. Okay, so. Zalmaroth would be in Forge. Let's find a Forge as well. Never mind, I found plenty of Forges. Never mind, I stand correct. I thought ahead already. Never mind. I found Forge, Willow, Sun Temple, and Lofty Summit. Oh, hi. They're all just here. Ugh, hate this area. Why are there so many bros, man? I keep instinctively doing the same exact route every single time. Not doing that today. I'm gonna go straight, find a wall, and then go right. This must be the boss, huh? We do have a boss in this node, I'm sure of it. That would be Ziquatl, which I don't know what the hell the discount version's name is, but let's wait until we have like 200 stacks and we'll go kill his ass. I'm stuck on the basket. Go. What's happening with my fire? That was really strange. I was like on an offbeat. That was really strange. Did I not tag the checkpoint by the boss? Oh no, this is the checkpoint by the boss. Any second now. We're at 180 stacks, not quite the 2 that I would have liked to be at, but we'll see if we can do any damage here. I mean, that's okay. That's aight. Oh, I forgot. We're doing a 14. Of course that was easy. I was like, that was really easy for a 15. Exalted orbs. Where the heck? These guys are way over here. Oh no, they're not. I need a 19 spirit gem, honestly, but I'll take the skill. Now where, oh where can this little guy be? Hate this map. Ugh. Done. 300 stacks? Not bad at all. Trying to eat my mana card. It's getting cold. I'm gonna refresh chat, make sure I'm not completely ignoring you guys. We got that down perfect. Now if we could somehow, you know, oh, there's another one. Okay, that's exactly what I want to do. I was saying if we could somehow craft another one or get another one prepared, that'd be great. Burial Bog's pretty fun. I can't run that. That's the only map type I can't run. It doesn't really matter. I'm not doing this for anything other than to clear a path. So 14s are perfect for clearing paths. The 15s are going to be saved primarily for my main character. Monk, my favorite character, I should say. And never disrespect the Manicotti. That's correct. Time Capsule knows what's up. So yummy. It is getting cold though. We don't want that. We will have a boss here. Most likely the Ent. I forget his name. Root Dredge, whatever the hell his name is. I forget. He is no tree. He is an Ent. Oh, we have demons here too. I was like, I wonder what came out of this. I was like, how did anything survive? Ow, ow, ow. That was sucky. This level's built also pretty weird. It's like a big ugly circle usually, but the boss is typically in one of the far corners, and he's of course the opposite corner where I'm at. He can sometimes be right smack in the center too, which is the worst. I hope this is the way. If not, we have to go around. Corpse. $158 stacks is not the best. Not bad. Not bad at all. We're just routing. We're not doing anything special, so that's all I care about. If there was a mechanic, I would do it, but it was the boss and corruption, so. Alright. These hideouts are deceptively difficult too, by the way. I've been messed up by more than one. Remember, we don't care about wasting 15s or anything. We want to save them. Primarily for the monk, honestly. We'll use 14s as we're routing to certain areas. I really don't need to pick up any more 19s unless it's a spirit gem. Let's just get rid of this stuff.
Hello.
I almost got rid of that too. I'm just so lazy. Alright. Ah. I like some hard something in my tongue. What it is. No! This is why this area can be hard, because if that was a rare, for example, as soon as you move, then they aggro, and they're just right outside this area, so it can get pretty tough. I'll say clearly has proximal tangibility. Everything's going right through him. Very, very good. Where are the three monsters? Their height. There's one. Ah. Huh. What is in my tooth? Killing me. Alright, I see. Now, Lofty Sun. Oh, no. Lofty Sun. Okay, where's the other map? Sandspit. Sandspit's the best. We'll juice this one up for sure, though. Nice, juicy Sandspit. Such a great map. I could run that map every day of my life. I hope it didn't have the one thing I can't run on this build. We'll see. We're fine. A nice juicy 15 for Sandspit. Sandspit's one of my favorite levels, so always like running it pretty nice and juiced. Nice. Crypt Shuffle. Where the hell did Crypt Shuffle go? Oh, there he is. He's dead. It was just such a satisfying map. All you have to do is move forward. Yeah, so we're willing to move back for good currency. Sapphire ring, lovely. I crafted tons of unique rings using chance orbs today, and rings and amulets and all kinds of good stuff. It was awesome. Really good haul. I had saved them up for a long time. I was like, you know what, let me just use some of these chance orbs. I had about 100, so I used probably like 20, 30 of them and did at least 5 of each type of ring and 5 of each type of amulet that was something that could be chanced. And got some really good stuff. Some of which I didn't have before, and then some of which I ended up improving on my existing item. It's nice. Good enough. Oh, there's another one? You gotta be kidding me. I gotta kill this guy, right? Those are like the worst enemies ever. See the difference of like 1 stack or no stacks versus 100 stacks? It's like night and day. Alright. So now we have a second lofty summit. Perfect. Now let me see. Are there any others we can do? Any other lofty summits? While we're here, I would prefer to just pop this. Wait, ooh, I didn't see what it... I didn't see the modifier on that, it's fine. I think it might be a bad one. I think it said players have 60% reduced recovery, and that's the one thing I can't run. I did not see it fast enough. Throw this in currency, because why not? This can go here. Gotta craft in the dream fragments, you know? Maybe by the end of the stream.
Yeah.
I crafted one on my first try, it was crazy. I know I could do something with those, but I just don't care to reforge them or re-roll, none of that. I'm tired of it. I have a whole stash tab with jewels that haven't sold. We're fine. We should be good. I can't wait for the Huntress though, that's going to be super exciting. I was thinking about Huntress because, you know, you have the G-lid sorcerers or whatever, those Val bastards that always fling ice at you. Give them a taste of their own medicine, I think would be quite satisfying. Oh my gosh, that's not good. I got stunned, but I survived because it was all fire damage, so it's like, eh. Fire damage is not that effective against us, thank you. Stoic Scrabble the Bone Breaker. Okay. Love reading their names. Fire, fire. Sweet. 0 monsters remain. Crypt is a really fun map. I enjoy that one. Okay, so we essentially accomplished our mission for today's stream. We routed to a forge, Willow, Sun Temple, and Lofty Summit. The only thing I would like to see is potentially if we could find another Sun Temple. So I want to find where the Sun Temple's at and see if there's another area nearby with a boss note on it, of course. I'm just trying to route to them because I'm preparing for another video I've been working on featuring my monk. Oh, this. Didn't want the 18 necessarily, that's fine though. Good stuff. Now I'm at the point with this build where I can actually just kind of go on autopilot. Before I was like panicking, like, oh my god, I keep all these things going. Now it's like, pretty much I can get up to a decent amount of stacks. If I don't have any flasks, well, I can only last maybe, I don't know, 30 to 40 seconds. If I'm at, maybe 250 or 300 plus stacks, so ultimately it's getting better. It's getting easier to manage. I really like it. It's just such a quick clear. Like, my gosh. 3 monsters remain. 3, and they were on the other side. You could fork and go towards like this little, it's kind of like a summit. And sometimes there's a chest there, but I didn't care much about it. Okay, so let's see. Any more lofty summits? While we're talking about this, on the topic of summits. And there's a citadel over here too. Crypt and then hive. Let's try this then. We're saving this. Remember, we cannot do that. So
Yes. Go.
all right. Now we'll clear out this map, then Hive. Crypt is really fun, but Hive is really nice. It's just nice to look at. Very different from a lot of the other areas you see. So. I mashed way too fast. And here I was, talking about autopilot, and I died instantly. I don't think I have any... I have a 14. Well, darn. Where was that? Remember, the lofty summit we're saving for the monks, so... I mashed way too fast. Had to go a little slower in the starting phases because that's just the way it works. We gotta ramp up for this build. It's all it's about. No divines or anything cool yet today. That means that I have to get one soon, right? And we gotta go all the way around. That's why I like to hug the perimeter usually, but it's fine. I deviated from my plan. Proximal tangibility, I swear I never see it unless I play this character. Or the Merc. I guess we're making the headhunters today. That means, right? One monster remains. Will he live to tell our tale? Maybe so. If he's not over here, I don't know where he's at. He's gonna survive then. Good.
Yes.
Never. I swear, I've used like 50. I've never crafted a frackin' whatchamacallit. You know what we can do though? We do have two. I have three actually, but I'm only willing to use two, so. And still like that three. I'm only gonna use two. I wanted fragments. I used all my stellars. I crafted so many different things today. It was really awesome. There's a few you can't change. Like these I don't think you can. Or these either, right? Yeah. You can't increase these. All the rest you certainly can though. I guess we can use some of these, huh? I was trying to save a few, but I don't think they're gonna let me, huh? Ooh. Crackle Keep. Anyways, well, that was that. Let's see. Pretty decent, actually. Oh, they're both very... Okay, so... 28, 24, 26, 27... It's kind of... I mean, they're pretty tit for tat. What do you want in a ring like this? Max damage for sure, but those are the same. They're comparable. The bros are right here too. That's funny. That one's a lot worse quality. Okay, no worries. So now we can do Hive. If we have the Waystone. We don't have. Elon's maps. Literally can't run those. Can run this though. We'll go ahead and run this really quick and get the Hive map going. I want to get to this tower if I can. Where'd the tower go? And that way I can see how close I am to the Stone Citadel. So apparently I didn't even realize, but I had two Iron Citadels that I was working towards, but then nearby I had like another Stone Citadel and something else. I was like, wait, why did I just... I thought I had completed all of them because I had saved up maybe like 12 and I did all of those, and up until that point I had been just crafting a handful, keeping a handful of keys, selling a handful, and that was a really good... I keep going too fast. Really good way to just keep my exalts up, keep my currency up, so... Okay, I'm gonna go back. Dang it! That was a good map too, unfortunately. I wasted it. Elon. Anything that's not the 60% less, blah blah blah. That works. You can't spam barrier invocation so early on as I was doing. Or you can't forget your rotation either like I'm doing. Because that'll just completely... pretty much get you killed. That's the primary way you die, is by ending your own self. Ending your own runs. Very rarely do you die from things, unless you get stunned. But even so, because you're spam healing and you have so many heals in queue, very, very hard for that to happen. Now, at no point in time do I ever have to stop like spamming my dodge, but I'm just kind of floating around right now, giving my hands a rest. Gotta pay for these div. I wonder who does that, like pays actual cash. I can see how people would, certainly. I don't have the time, blah, 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 blah. And then they just dish out some cash. I could see people doing that. There's a lot of services like that, and I didn't realize until like about 3 or 4 years ago, one of my first sponsors, it was like against terms of service for the game. I was like, oh, I didn't know that, and had I known that, I wouldn't have accepted the sponsorship. But apparently, like, there's sites that allow you to, you can use actual cash, and then they will deliver the items to you in game. So it's like, yeah, if you don't have it, you don't want to, you really want this item, but it's like, you're like, I'm not farming for this or whatever. There's sites that like just do it for you, and you pay actual money, and then they just deliver it to you. And so anyways, a lot of sponsors that offer that service, and I didn't know that it was like largely against terms of service. I just thought it was kind of scummy. I'm like it's okay. Like at first, and I say in retrospect is what I meant to say. In retrospect, I'm like, it's kind of scummy because I didn't realize that they're like just taking advantage of players. That, like, I really want to get that, you know, like because all the people on YouTube are just being like, if you just have this, you can do this. So they're like, oh, I can get this item, and it's only going to cost me $3 in real life or whatever, right? And so at first I was like, oh, that's kind of cool for like the average, the casual, whatever player. Then I realized it was against terms of service, and then I started seeing it, and I'm more like, ooh, that is kind of scummy. Like, I don't know if I like that very much. And yeah, so I wouldn't accept another sponsorship like that in the future. I just should have done my research. I was excited because it was one of my first sponsors ever. This was like 3 or 4 years ago maybe, and I was like I was like, oh my gosh, I have a sponsor, this is crazy. But yeah, had I known that it was against terms of service, I probably wouldn't accept it. It's not like the money was good, it wasn't very good, but it was just exciting to have a sponsor. That's it. Little test, and it seems that where I'm having my problem is when I add delirium. Yes, okay, so like, just so that you know, delirium is always going to reduce the amount of times you get your chance to proc. It is my most difficult mechanic to encounter or go against. So with the demon witch or whatever, it's hard because she needs to have stacks, so I need to have stayed in this demon form for a prolonged period of time to enhance my damage exponentially. But when it comes to like my melee characters or anything, it's just hard. They're very beefy, so I think it just reduces, it probably either exponentially increases their resistances or defenses in some way, because where I can normally one-shot every single thing, there's mobs that sometimes require multiple hits, and just to proc, the proc chance is significantly less. So any delirium maps are always a big problem, and they significantly reduce the chance to proc, and really make any challenge, any map that much harder. They're still doable and stuff, but you can't just rely on your screen clears and stuff like that, or just one taps. You do have to be more adept and like aware of what's going on. I cleared a 95% map, delirious map this morning, and I was like, oh, that's the highest I've ever seen. I should have kept that, but I'm gonna try and see if I can have another one, because 95% delirium is probably the highest I've ever seen. I've seen 90, and but 95 is really nice. So a beefy T15 was a breeze, and I took a similar map and added 3 greed to it and got wiped. Yeah, so delirium is absolutely going to reduce how effective your build is and how consistently you proc heralds. You just won't. I think it does something to the defense. It either makes you weaker or it makes them way beefier and stronger. I feel like you're about the same strength, but they just have so much extra defense, and it's hard to proc anything with them. So high fizz damage usually just beats through them, but other than that, yeah, it's quite difficult to. Those are the most challenging maps in my opinion as well. That's why I don't like delirium. The real reason why I don't enjoy it is just because they have invincibility frames once they first kind of spawn in, and that's really cheap, because when you're doing the delirium pinnacle encounter, they can just tank stuff, and it's super annoying. They can just tank your first few hits, and they are able to then get a hit on you, and then you're trying to play catch up, because now at this point you've taken damage or whatever. So yeah, delirium's always a little tough. So if I'm trying to like level, I don't go above like 30% delirium, but if I don't really care, then I'll go as high as I want. So like with my monk, I was like, I'm just trying to clear maps, and I had a project in mind, so I was going with that. But yeah, I can't say that I like Delirium. It's definitely the most challenging because of the increased defenses that they get. So you do less damage and they do more. Yeah, I thought it was a combination of the two. But when I look at my DPS numbers, they're not less. So I know that people often say that, but my numbers aren't lower. So I wonder, I think it's just because my DPS numbers aren't changing, I wonder if it just doesn't update in the tooltip, or it's just that they have increased defenses. Like, look at this clown. Proximal tangibility, like any other rare would be melted, but even with proximal tangibility, because I'm like right in his face, but he's just tanking. And so this is a real challenge with this particular, again, proximal tangibility. I swear I never see it as much unless I'm a projectile user. But yeah, anyways, so with this character I can't really check my DPS because it's in here, and on console you can't actually see the difference. So technically I should have +6 fireball skills, but I don't know why it's not increasing. It could be because my lack of intelligence, no pun intended. I am smart. I don't know. Who knows? Hard to tell though. I could try using another character, like with the monk. I've never seen the DPS go down regardless of delirium number or delirious percentage, but I know that they get harder and harder to kill, and they hit much harder, of course, too. So if you have high delirium plus like crit hit chance increased, I mean, you're pretty much dead if you can't kill them. And it's ruined. It's made me lose quite a bit of XP with. Before I understood, I would just run any map, honestly, and then I started understanding the differences a little bit better, what was optimal for my build, what was not. And so for the monk, I can run anything. I just, when I'm leveling, I want to keep my delirium percentage pretty as low as I can, and then obviously don't want to stack delirium plus crit because those guys hit so hard. But other than that, for this character, I can run anything, even Burning Ground. Burning Ground's just a quality of life thing. I don't like running Burning Ground because I don't want to have to care about where I'm standing, you know, like, so it's just annoying to me. It's not like it's hard, it's just annoying. It does a lot of damage too. It's just something that I don't want to deal with. But for this character, you don't even feel it at all, so that's fantastic. And then the 60% reduced recovery and all that doesn't do anything for my monk. It doesn't brick my monk because my monk never gets hit. Or if he does, like, I just have tons, you know, I'm fine. So it's like, I can pretty much run anything across all my characters, but there's only the one thing that kind of ruins it. So I'm trying to think on my witch doctor, the pathfinder, poisonous concoction girl, what she struggles with. Burning ground's no fun because I'm covering a lot of the ground, so visibility's pretty low. But aside from that, I'm trying to think. Burning sucks, it sure does. It's just annoying more than anything, you know? I just don't like to have to, oh, I can't stand here for 2 seconds, I can't loot this, or I have to loot at the very edge. It's like, it's just, it does way too much damage, even at max res. But it doesn't hurt this build at all. For my poisonous concoction pathfinder, I'm trying to think. I think the biggest concern is burning ground because I can't see the ground a lot of the time, and maybe flask recovery. I'd imagine that would suck if flask recovery is reduced, but I have so many things building up flask recovery and combating against that. I don't know if it would actually hurt or not. Okay, so it's way the hell over here. Let's see, any more lofty summits? Because if there were any more, I could try to create another one, but I don't see any. Okay. That is about that then. Okay, so the only thing I need to look for now is if I go to, no, home, and then I said southwest. So southwest was the Sun Temple. Let's see how accurate that is. I have a feeling. Let's see. I'm looking for like a citadel because I'd imagine it would be near a citadel, but I'm kind of going to south here. So let me just go back to where true southwest here, which would be around here, I guess. Nice. I sure was like, yep, southwest, here it is. How far south? Right now we're 2 clouds over. These are my iron citadels. So that's not gonna be it. Is it here? Where did I know I have one, I just don't know where it's at. Is it here? Okay, perfect. There it is. Sun Temple. So, gosh. It's far as hell, pretty much. It's where all of my old citadels were. And then Willow. Where did I have Willow? I know I made one. I was super excited about it. This is where search function would be great. I wonder if I can add... Oh gosh. Of course it froze. So we're gonna go southwest again from home. And then look to see if I can find Willow. There's like no telling, man. I have a... Well, that's a forge, but it doesn't have a boss node on it. Damn it. It's just a mess trying to find these. I remember going up a bit. I thought I cleared the path, so that would mean... I don't know. I was super excited about it. I was like, I got Willow. Balls. Is it further? I mean, good God. Yeah, I was like, I didn't even go this way. Willow was northwest of my forges. So let's go back to those real quick. So if my forges... That's not right. Oh, God. That's not making me dizzy at all. Okay, so can we fix this? What the balls? Okay. So southwest. We'll find all the forge somewhere, right? So we're looking for forge. Apparently there was a bunch. Mire. Sea pitch. Okay, I'm gonna keep going down this way. Okay, there is a forge. Okay, so I think I had a handful, and I was like really excited about it. I was like, oh, there's more and more and more. But then I started routing up. And it could be over here. But it should have been an active node. Like, I know I routed to everything at least once. Yeah, my back hurts just thinking about that. Excuse me. Does he just want my nubbly rings? Trade me, fool, and we'll find out. All right, let's see if we can find it again. So southwest of home location. We found a forge. But there were more. I know there were more because I was super excited about how many there were. I said southwest times 3, whatever the hell that meant. Does that mean I went further southwest? You guys are like, why do you care? I care because I'm making a video about I'm just trying to record some content, and I use this stream to kind of help me prep all that. But I can't find the willow either. We need a search function. So annoying. I know I'm gonna have to watch my VOD and see where I was. So it'd be around trees, ideally. Woods, forest. Like we're looking good. Acropolis. We already know it's not here. See, this is when I was trying for the cenote and I realized our cenotes and that was not good. So there must have been another like foresty biome nearby. Who knows? I'll have to go back and watch the VOD, I suppose. Because I had them all kind of routed out. And I tried to do it from my starting location, but it's kind of hard to do. Fortress. Crypt. Yes, none of these. These are kind of foresty, but none of those are it. Oh, what we do for content. On you. Another node right here. That's woodland. Main willow. There's another. Oh, there it is. Where are the balls? Did we find that? Oh my gosh. Okay, this is it. Where? Is it like completely due? Please be like perfectly due south of the main point. It is. Haha. It's just due south. Okay, so willow is due south. You guys are like, what? It's fine. Don't worry about it. Alright, let's play some more and then let's get out of here. I got like another, let's do another map. I'm tired, guys. Late streams suck when you're old. Sandspit? Suck. Alright, so. What would be a different map we haven't actually run today? I don't really like Hidden Grotto. Sinnoh. Did we ever run one of these? Of course. I have no waystones.
Yes.
Pretty mid shoes. Just kidding, they're actually pretty good. Where's Elon's map? 60%. I just need to juice some of these then. Delirium. 74% delirious. My gosh. Those are just miserable to do because you have to stand in front of them for a minute and shoot hundreds of fireballs. Oh, whatever. Let's run something. Okay. We have a few nodes, like kind of everywhere. Lofty Summit, where was that again? East, just due east. Yeah, it's perfect. Okay, I love it. Accurate enough, I'd say, for us to work through this. How about something fun like this? This will be a fun map. Now, Kabbalah discount version is going to be terrible, but that's fine. My hair is crazy. I look like an emo guy. Jeez. My gel just wore out. I kept taking off my headset, putting it back on, so now I look all emo. It disappeared. Oh, my belly. My stomach's dying. All that cheese. Lactose intolerant. A splinter! Scatterstorm. Let's see. It's like the only ones I can't run. It's super annoying. Now I want to run Delirium because that was annoying too. Like, I have to run it now. 7% Delirious. It's not quite enough. Not quite enough. Ah, 60% less recovery though. I can't run that. %. Hell yeah, 60%. That's gonna get tough. And I lost the boss. No, not that it matters, but it would have been nice to fight Kabbalah. Would have been nice to have a boss note at the end, but it's fine. The hell is everybody? Okay. Why? Like, how did I lose so much health? Stank fists. I like him. Okay. Grimal. I take it nice and slow with these delirious maps. I wonder if he hit. I think he hit me. I dodged, I thought, but I must have dodged in line with his attack. That was close. Now with the number of stacks we have, the enemies are much less significant, so their defenses, even though they could be a little beefy, just aren't going to really cut it. It only gets worse. The longer I live, the more dangerous I am, so we're doing 18% more damage per second. So any number, no matter how low, after you multiply it enough, exponentially, it does get pretty strong. So it's getting a lot more significant. That's why I love this build. I don't think it needs to be nerfed. It's very... To set it up, it's quite challenging, and then to execute it, a whole nother story. Why are you on so late? Man, I'm going on a road trip Friday, so I wanted to make sure I got some streams, and we talked about the Huntress a little bit as well today. Tomorrow I am going to stream at normal time, but I just wanted to make sure I had streams, let you guys know what I was working on, and then get some get some routing done on the map so I could get some content for you guys while I'm out. I'm going to be posting videos so that I'll return on like Tuesday, but it's like a really long drive. It's like a 10-hour drive from my location where I'm currently at, so it's a long drive, and I suck at driving. I mean, I'm good at driving. I hate driving long distances though. I just get all stiff. It's like, ugh, I just want to run. But anyways, I wanted to be able to record and make content for you guys over the course of the next few days, especially while I'm out, so you guys can still kind of enjoy the channel, even though I'll be on a beach. That'll be lots of fun. But I wanted to make sure you guys had content, so I did want to stream, even though it's a late stream today. And then tomorrow we'll be streaming at normal time. I just needed to use this opportunity to kind of route to like certain paths, because I need to record some content for the video I have in mind, so I was like, you know what? Oh no, I lost my transformation. But that's why. I'm pretty much just what they say, killing two birds with one stone. Trying to prepare for some content I'm going to record before tomorrow's stream. And I use this opportunity to create some pathways to the nodes that I need. Because they're very specific nodes that I'm trying to incorporate into the video. So it'll be a fun little video for you guys this weekend, and I'll probably try to figure out if I launch it Monday or Sunday for you guys, and then because Monday I won't be streaming, I'll be on the road. You're on your 15-minute break. I was just surprised. Yeah, you know, if I ever have like a game that I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta feature this game, I will do a late night stream, and then if not, I always stream in the morning my time, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. My time. If not, then I do stream a lot later, like if it's a horror game or something fun like that. But yeah, not today. I threw two birds at one. No, I threw two birds at one stone. Even better. That's how we do it where I'm from. Chaos resistance. When did they add that? Interesting. Very, very... Oh, this is a good one. Good roll. I threw two birds at one stone. And it worked. Yay, we're rich. I'm tired, guys. Buckshot that bird, absolutely. Well, that's about it. So essentially all I did for this stream is I used a number of different characters to route to a forge with a boss node, a willow with a boss node, a sun temple with a boss node, and a lofty summit with a boss node. Now I wonder, can you guys figure out what I'm trying to do? Probably not, because I'm tricky like that, but we are going to have an awesome video coming out, and I can't wait to show you guys. You know, the only thing that I can't think of is, I don't remember the name of the map, if there is one, but I'm fairly certain there is. Is there a map node in Endgame that allows you to fight the Chimera? I don't remember that being the case, but the Chimera, of course, is fought in Act 3 in the Chimera Wetlands and campaign, but I don't remember there being a node. I do remember specifically fighting it. I just don't recall the node. And it's just one that I've only seen like once, so I'm not even worried about it. But anyways, that's what we routed to. That's what we did. And essentially that's going to help me finish up my video that I'm going to do for you guys. I'm also have a really funny video that I did. It was just hilarious. And it just was like, oh my gosh, I had to put this together because PlayStation literally attacked me. And you guys have to see why and see how it all came to. It was just so funny how it all came about. But you guys are going to love this. Anyways, you guys are awesome. I want to say thank y'all so much for stopping by today and this late stream that usually it's way out of schedule, but tomorrow we'll be streaming at the normal time. More Path of Exile 2 in preparation for the Huntress. The end of this month we do have the first Berserker Kazan, so be sure to stay tuned for that. We'll have guides and maybe some challenge runs and just fun playthroughs as well. So I can't wait to feature that on channel for you guys as well. Anyways, you guys are awesome. Thank y'all so much for being the best part of my channel because I couldn't do this without you guys. Until next time.